Hello guys, welcome back to another new video on another new movie review, which is showing at UCHE NANCY TV. The movie is featured in by Angel and Mike, as well as Sherry. This movie is quite so interesting and so educative. The movie is called Bookwarming. Bookwarming is the movie which is showing now at UCHE NANCY TV. Kindly run very fast and go and watch this movie. It's a nice movie to the youth out there and to the people who are so interested or who are so much obsessed in having a relationship. So guys, go and watch this movie. In this movie you will find that so many things are quite happening in the day-to-day life, whereby young girls are doing things which are not supposed to be done by them, and some are deserved by themselves. They don't want to mess up with their life. They focus and they want to reach at what they want to be. So guys, go and watch this movie. It's called Bookwarming, and it's the movie which is showing at UCHE NANCY TV. So guys, when you watch this movie, come back and tell me what do you think about this movie, because so much things were in this movie and so much lessons were in this movie to learn, and as well as every actor and actress did her best or her best to see that he or she brings her character in a good and educative way. This movie, you find that a young man called Tony happens to meet two young ladies who happens to be sisters or cousins, let's say cousin sisters, and he tries so much to talk to them. Naomi and Becky, let's call her Rebecca. Naomi, who happens to be very reserved with her characters, as well as being so focused in her studies. She doesn't want anything to disturb her. She is ready and determined to have what she wants to be. But her cousin, who happens to be Becky, she is a very, very jumpy and picky, stubborn girl who is always open to each and everything. He doesn't want to play around and happens to be so very open. So along the way, Becky, Tony asked for a phone number, and Becky gave her number. Becky was in Becky's thought. She thought that maybe Tony was in love with her, until this faithful day when Tony invited them at his birthday party, and they happened to, which was happening soon. And when they came, this was when Tony told Becky that he is in love with another person who happens to be her cousin. This hurt Becky, and when Becky told Naomi said she is not ready. She is ready to fight for her studies. So Becky asked her to go and talk to Tony, so that she can fall in love with her. But as you know, they say the heart knows what it wants. You cannot force the heart to love what it doesn't want. As also they say, you can force a horse to the well, but you cannot force it to drink the water. You know, even if Naomi would have talked to Tony for several times, if Tony's heart was not for Naomi, for Becky, it wouldn't be. Rather, it would have been another way around. Okay, it would have been another way around. But thanks to Tony's friend, who happened to talk to Tony and told Tony to sit down Naomi and tell her what she thinks. And Tony talked to Naomi and told her, I don't like you, neither do I hate you. I like your openness. I like the way your guts. I like the way you are free with everything. But my dear sister, I don't love you. I don't want to hurt you, and I don't want to be your enemy. But rather, we can be friends. We can be good friends, and we make things right in any way or the other. This was the best advice which a person who has good intentions on you could give you, because if Tony was not good man, maybe he would have used Becky and dumped her, and then Becky would have been saying he used me and he dumped me. But Tony sat down Becky and told her. So which lesson do we learn from here, my dear girls? It doesn't mean if a man talks to you, it doesn't mean that he loves you. No. Don't be quick to have feelings for someone who has not even taken a step to tell you that she loves you. Some men out there will use you and dump you. Then you will regret the day you met them. You will curse them, but when you're cursing them for nothing, because throwing yourself on a man means that you are ready to face all the consequences which might come out of that relationship. Love comes from the heart, and it goes where it pleases. You can never force love. And I'm glad that Becky understood the situation and decided not to take things so personal. She decided to understand Tony and be friends until she had to accept it. Until one fateful day that Tony and Becky decided to make a move, since Naomi was always fighting to see that she neglected Tony's I'm sorry, to neglect Tony, and Naomi made a move of going to Tony's place to sleep there after destroying the drainage of their house. So Becky was very, very impressed. They were very happy that even if I did not get the man, but at least he's in love with my sister. This is how it has to be. But you find that some people, if she's in love with someone and someone is in love with another person or her sister, they will create enmity. And then another thing, sometimes we need time with each other to understand each other's feelings. You will never say you will never say I love that person, or I don't love the person because of his character when you not stay with the person. Just imagine, Naomi had not agreed to fall in love with Tony, but at the end of the day, after staying for some time with Tony in his house, she developed feelings for him. And it was like a new thing to him. Sometimes we don't judge by the book by its cover. Another thing, we need to be reserved by ourselves, our things. We need to reserve ourselves from some things. Every woman has her own man out there. There's a man who wants a reserved person. There's a man who wants an educated person. There's a man who wants a person who is open-minded, who doesn't mind about whatever is going on. And she can speak out whatever she wants. Like Becky, love is sweet and love can find you in any way. For sure, there's a part where Tony told this young girl and said that if you change because of someone or because of love, you will never feel yourself that you are loved. You will always feel like you have to protect that relationship by doing what that man wants. Let that person love you by you, not fall for you because you have to change. A relationship which will feel like you will always stay strong, because this man will know that my woman is a stubborn person, my woman is an open person. Whatever hurts her, she speaks out. Whatever comes out of his head, she speaks out, and this man will love you the way you are. Women, stop changing your behaviors because of man. Stop making yourself holy because of a man. Stop being like just pretending that you are so sweet because of a man. Then at the end of the day, after he or she you get married, you change your behaviors, you turn into your characters, face your negativity and face your positivity. There's out there a man who will love you. Just as Naomi, she was reserved, she was not minding, she was not even on men, she was on her own, minding about her business. But Tony saw something in her. And Tony was ready to let every woman whom he has been mingling around with and stake to Naomi, to fight to see that he gets Naomi. And this faithful day, on this day, very day, even Becky was lucky to get Tony's friend. That's what we said, that at the end of the day, both of them, they had the best day, the best men for themselves. Because Tony wanted a reserved person who is a bookworming, who is already ready to be determined, as well as this young man. Tony's friend also wanted a woman like Becky.